Hi, and thanks so much for joining me for my August favorites. Starting off with skincare, I use the NUFACE device. So I have the regular attachment as well as one for eyes and lips. I think that's what it's called. But I also purchased this and I've been using it for the past month or so, the NUFACE Firming and Brightening Silk Cream. So this is what you can use in lieu of the traditional gel, which can leave a little bit of a film on my skin, and it can interact with other products on my face and create those little, what do you call it? Little particles, those little, it will pill, that's what I'm trying to say. And so then you'll see it in my hair, you'll see it on my face. I still have to use that in the eye area, but this I use all over the face. And as you know, I love brightening products, so anything that can brighten as well. So I can actually use this in the morning, and I use the NUFACE device with this, and then I just leave it on the skin. Because the other product, although it says you can leave it on, I would remove it, and that was one extra step. So I love using this. It's got a dispenser like this where you press the top of the product comes out of the top. So I really like the dispenser as well. So it's a microcurrent activator. So instead of the gel, if you don't want to use that or if that's a hassle like it has been for me, you can use this instead. But I still do use the gel in the eye area. These are a little bit of a skincare hybrid kind of thing, and I quickly fell in love with this one. This is by Chantecaille. It's the Sheer Glow Rose Face Tint, and you've probably heard other people rave about this because this quickly became a hero product. I love applying it under concealer, so it's all of my eye products. I do use 2 products under the eye, and then I go in with this during the day, and then I will go in with a concealer after that. I'll tell you what I'm using for concealer. Many of you already know my winning combination as of late, but this one is lovely, and I wanted to show you because I had questions about travel. So I did travel with this, but I didn't take this whole jar because this is quite large, even though it's how many ounces? It's 1.06 ounces. I used this. I travel with minis of everything. I decant when I can. It's easy to decant it into this. I'll leave the link. I got these on Amazon. And I like that there is no separate lid, because usually if there's a separate lid, mine will roll off and fall on the floor and collect germs, which I do not like. So I like that it's attached, but it doesn't fully close. I mean, this one fully closes, but they're not all the same. They're mass produced. So sometimes it'll pop open. So if I do that, I'll put it in a little baggie just in case it makes a mess. But this lasts so long. I actually gave this to a friend to try, and I gave her probably this much, and that'll last like, I'm gonna say weeks. That's how little I need to use of this. And I use this, again, under the eye, gives a little bit of a glow, especially if I have a more sheer concealer on. And then I can also apply this, which I did on my cheekbones, on the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow. You can also apply this all over your face. I don't think I've tried that yet, but I've seen some people try that. Gives a lovely glow. And I've also used this to refresh makeup. So those of you who have seen me use this product, the Lip Beige Water Fresh Tint, to refresh makeup, especially if it's a little bit dry looking after several hours of wear, or if this starts to fall apart because of the oils coming through, then I can go in with this and just refresh it. But it works really nicely under the eye. And then also I've been loving the anti-aging face tint. I think this is the 2nd month this has come around. It is really such a lovely product. Again, these 2 together. If you love like a no makeup and really natural looks, I have been gravitating towards that. In fact, I feel like I don't look like I'm wearing much makeup at all today, but in the before and after, you can definitely see there was some makeup applied very strategically. And I do love the less is more look lately, really showing off the skin. But this one I used as a bronzer. You can also use this all over the face. This is definitely one of those things that does not fall into any kinds of cracks, crevices, any kind of texture. Very natural looking. You can also use this as a bronzer, which I did today. I used it more as a bronzer to kind of even out the exterior, not even out, bring that back to its natural coloring because I have different colors on my face. But it's a really beautiful, natural, very, very natural look. So if you were thinking about it, I would get that too. And I decanted that as well. But this time I put it in this kind of vacuum pump. Now it was a little bit of work to get it into this, but this is how I traveled with this. It'd probably be easier to go in something like this, but again, this is more secure in that it's not going to spill out. So this is another thing that I will use to travel with. I'll put all the links below. So there are different purposes for each of the small types of packaging that I use to travel with, but those are two of the ones that have worked out nicely. I feel like I could get a better version of this one, but it works. And then for foundation, the item that I decanted and traveled with and have been trying to use up the decanted version, so it's been my favorite because I've used it the most, is the Chanel Sublimage L'Essence de Teint, and this is in B40. This is how I traveled with it. I took this teeny tiny little dropper. So this is, I believe, glass. I think it's glass. It sounds like glass. Or is it plastic? I can't tell. It's either glass or plastic down here, but it has a dropper. And it doesn't look like much is going to fit in there, but this is the one I took to Italy with me and I've been using it. I don't use foundation every day though, but it does last for several days for sure. So at least, you know, a weekend. If you use a lot of foundation, this is a great one. And I tried to model it after this product because this travels really well too. Sometimes I'll travel with this because it's so compact. It's the Chantecaille PM Gold Recovery Intense Concentrate. So I was trying to find a mini like that, and this is even smaller. So this is supposed to last you several days. So knowing that, I knew that this would last many days as well. So that's why I invested in this. So yeah, I love traveling with minis. I do not like when my items take up a lot of space. Then for concealer, specifically under the eye, I've been using, no surprise here, the Chanel Luggage Water Fresh Complexion Touch product. And this is in B30. Yeah, so it's a little lighter, which is why it works really well under the eye. So that with this underneath, the rose gold face tint, rose gold sheer glow rose to face tint, that is a winning combination. I remember this being a specific question. How did I decant this? I used this. So it works really well to just pump it into this little mini dropper. And then, gosh, I don't even use a whole pump. I use like a half a pump. So I'm keeping these actually in my bathroom while these other larger packages, containers, stay in here in the filming area. And then I just use these little ones just because I need to use them up because I've traveled with them. And I love that with the brush that it comes with. So that's my under eye concealer right now. I had questions about that. And just to brighten strategically, and of course I filmed the get ready with me, I used the La Prairie, and I'm holding it like this because it's very old and very well loved and still has a lot in there. I used it just right here in that deepest area. So those three together, the Chantecaille product, the Complexion Touch by Chanel, and La Prairie is my winning lightweight, very natural looking under eye concealer. No powder required. I love that about it. That's another reason it looks so natural. And some of you have tried all three together. So it is a winning combination, not just for me, but for other people. So thank you so much for chiming in to let us know that it works for you too, because it seems excessive. I think I may have said that, but it's very little makeup in very thin layers. So I prefer that to using one product being a really thick layer. I'd rather go in with several products, in this case 3, that provide different purposes. So one is to glow underneath, the other, and also kind of blurs. So that means less product on top. Then the Complexion Touch, it's very lightweight, doesn't totally cover the skin. And then the La Prairie really just brightens the darkest area. So that's why I'm not totally covering up the area. There is some skin showing through, but it's enough of a reflective quality and a blurring quality that it looks really nice, yet still maintains that natural appearance. Then for eyes, the two palettes I've been loving are the Olivia Palermo, and I went really light with the eye. Like, I almost wonder if you can't even see it, but I went in with the Olivia Palermo palette, one of the shades here, as well as a couple of the shades. Where are they? How do I have things and then I don't have them? I don't understand because I used it here. Oh, it is in the box. I have a box of everything in here. And then I went in with, actually I started with this, number 58. I used a couple of shades from Chanel's number 58, that lavender in the upper left-hand corner, my left-hand corner. Is this your upper right hand corner, this one, and then also this one. So I use these two today. When I'm pressed for time, I just use that one. I use that and then I put on mascara. Of course, my favorite mascara is Faux Seal Longest Lash Mascara by Chantecaille, which is in the bathroom. But here's one. This is the Faux Seal mascara, the one without the peptides, but Faux Seal Longest Lash Mascara is the one with the peptides. That's my favorite, but this delivers comparable results. I did go in with the Chanel mascara because I wanted to try it with the primer today. So you'll see that in the Get Ready With Me. Not a surprise. Chantecaille's Perfect Blur Powder paired with the Buff and Blur brush. Love those together. I still love my Shiseido brush. I used that today. My foundation brush, which is really a polishing brush, which is supposed to be used after powder, but also can be used for foundation. Bronzer, like I said, I had already used the Chantecaille, but I went in with a powder bronzer and I found a brush combination I really like with this. So this is the Chanel, the oversized one. It's called Sunkiss Medium, and I love it with this Wayne Goss brush. This is the artist brush in large because it really gives a nice kind of buffed look. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, I forgot to mention that glow there. That's from the Sheer Glow Rose Face Tint. Oh, I said it right. The Sheer Glow Rose Face Tint. That's from that. I just patted that on after I put on everything. Been loving this powder bronzer. First to mention too, I love this liquid Sculpt brush, and this can be used with this product. And it also can be used with the anti-aging face tint, which I did use today. So really lovely for these more fluid, creamy type products. Brows, of course, DIOR Show Onset Brow shade 32, and that's the newer version, as well as the FLORASIS pencil. Oh yeah, I've been really enjoying this Victoria Beckham brightening pencil. So it's not too stark if I go in light-handedly. If I go in heavy-handedly with this, you can see that I've used something that doesn't look natural in the waterline. But if I go in light-handedly, really kind of one swipe, not very much pressure, and then it looks really nice. So it's the Victoria Beckham Instant Brightening Waterline Pencil. Lovely. It does seem to kind of dissipate over time, so it's really natural looking after a few hours. It doesn't stay at that same level as initial application, at least on me. But I can still see its brightening effect, but it's nothing obvious at all. Oh, face concealer, Clé de Peau, Mocha. I haven't found anything else yet. I did see Charlotte Tilbury's concealer go by, but I didn't feel compelled to pick it up. Let me know though if you would like to see me try it. I just don't think it will compare, but let me know. I'll be happy to try it if you want to see it. I really fell in love with the Monica Blender blush that I tried on Wien, maybe. And it's just a really pretty one. So I wore that today, but I also layered another blush on top of it. I love it on its own, but I also, as you know, love to add just a little bit more dimension with blush if I can. And generally I will. So of course, this new to me blush and new to the market blush is the Gucci blush. It's so funny. I was thinking about Gucci products and people get really excited about some of their items, but not excited about other products, which I think is funny. So there hasn't been a whole lot of excitement, I don't think, about this palette. I'm still playing with it. It's a really pretty one, but people don't seem as excited about this as they do about the blush. Stunning blush. Really lovely. It's more towards the matte side, but it just have a radiance about it. And I love radiant blushes, but compared to the other swatches of radiant blushes that I have, this doesn't really have the same degree of radiance, but it does have a radiance compared to a matte. So if you're looking for something with the gentlest glow, this has it. Lovely shade 04. I love it. It's so pretty. Still want to pick up at least another one. Still loving my blush brush by Rowan. It's the Blush and Blend brush, blush and blend brush. Really easy. I just pat blush on now with this as to not disturb other parts of my makeup. So it's perfect for that. I love the shape of this. It's like a flatter surface here, wider surface, and then it's narrow here. So I use this side to just place blush. Of course, Chantecaille's Eye Base in medium. I love that one. Still love it. I know something's really a favorite if I have to go get it out of my bag to show you what it is. That means I'm using it every day, throughout the day. Easy to apply, goes with most everything. That's how I truly know it is a favorite. It's the Gucci, this one with the beautiful packaging, and it's the number 206. I have it on right now. Of course, I always do a get ready with me and I wear as many products as I can, but I love it because you can see it's so easy to wear. It just brightens up the complexion, the face. My lip tone tends to be on the cool side, so I like to bring it up to a warmer tone, yet to kind of go with the rest of my complexion, which is warmer but still has neutral tones in it. I don't know how we started, but I'm already there, and that's quite a bit for me. That's all that's left, so I might have to get another one. But I really love how hydrating it is. It just gives life to the face, and so easy to wear, so easy to reapply. Love it. And the other lip product that's been in my bag is this Tower 28. It's the lip jelly in coconut. Really lovely shade, and let me just put on a little now because I didn't put it on the try-on, in the try-on. Now that I put it on with the lip color, they kind of are the same color on my lips. That is it for my August favorites. It was kind of a funny month because I was trying to use up makeup that I had brought with me to Italy, as well as try out a few new things. So I hope it helped to see some of the items that I decanted and how I decanted them, to just illustrate really how little is necessary to travel with. I'm gonna say these would last me at least a week. At least a week for me, just because I don't use very much product. So let me know if you'd like to see more in a vlog or something like that, how I get products into those containers. It's not that hard for some of them, but for some of the other ones, it's a little challenging, but definitely worth it because it cuts down on packing and allows me just to bring a carry-on. Because like I said, the experience in Italy doing a check-in was not fun, and I feel like I didn't use half the things I brought with me. So I think from now on, regardless of how long I'm going to be away on a trip, 3 weeks, what have you, still carry on. I know it sounds like it would be impossible, but I think I can do it, and I'd rather travel extra light than anything else. But let me know if you would like to see that in a vlog, kind of how I get that ready. But let us know what your favorites have been for the month of August. I'm not that late this month, just like halfway through the month, I think. Last time it was almost the end of the month. But do let us know what those favorites are. But that is it for today's video. So please take care of each other, stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.